What are we talking about today, Karen?
We are talking about
Celery and carrots.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, it's vegetable day. So why are vegetables important to your diet?
They're nice.
They're nice.
They're nice.
Yeah, but two main reasons. Number one they are a collection of micronutrients, which are just things that are good for you. And if they are in the form of a vegetable, and then we eat that, and then we utilise that in our diet. Secondly, it helps make other things in our diet which maybe aren't as healthy, more healthy. But what is crucial is not just eating vegetables, it's also the quality of the vegetables that you have.
They also, they're bulky, so if you were to say have half a plate of vegetables and fruit, they'll help fill you up. And as we love to tell our son, they're really good for your gut health and your bowel movements.
Yes.
They're a mixture of insoluble and soluble fibre, so the insoluble fibre helps to keep you regular, and the soluble fibre as well, that's something that can be broken down and used a little bit more in your body.
Yes. Now, so the soluble fibre is what goes into your bloodstream and it helps to control blood sugar, and that's really integral to your diet.
And to your satiety levels, to your appetite regulation. So again, we're talking here about kind of trying to break through those little habits, those things that veer you off track. So I would defy anyone to eat like a kind of, piece of chicken, a big plate of vegetables, and then to feel like snacking a lot afterwards. You might want something sweet maybe to sort of, but those kind of feelings of fullness tend to make you less likely to snack than say you were really hungry because you ate a bowl of pasta half an hour ago.
And what's important about the vegetables is the quality, as I mentioned earlier. Now, some things are out of our control and some things are perfectly within your control. So what's out of your control is, let's say you buy your vegetables from the supermarket. By the time it arrives in the supermarket, it's lost a lot of goodness. It really has. And that's a little bit out of your control in one sense. But what is in your control is what you do when you cook it at home. And if you were to have, for example, celery or carrots as raw as possible.
I'll bring them back.
Yeah, we need them. Just in case people have forgotten what they
look like.
So if you were to have a piece of celery and a carrot, the celery is going to be raw anyway, but the carrot as raw as possible.
Not always.
As raw as possible.
Yeah.
The goodness in the carrot is near the skin. So if you peel the skin of the carrot, taking the skin of the carrot, you're actually taking away a lot of the goodness. So what you need to do with the carrot is, if it's not organic, just give it a scrub. You can scrub it with some detergent, some mild detergent, and then rinse it, and then just cut the ends off and slice it and have it like that. Or put it in the pan if you're going to boil it. Then if you boil it, heat is very destructive to a lot of the vegetable, the goodness of the vegetables. So don't put them in the pan for very long. One thing you want to do, particularly with things like broccoli, is when you put it in the pan, put it in cold water, let it get warmer, and then turn it off before it starts to boil vigorously. Yeah. So if it gets to the point where when you strain it and all the green chlorophyll comes off out the water, it's gone way beyond the point where it's going to be as beneficial for you as possible. You're going to get some fibre benefits, but a lot of the micronutrients, they're pretty much gone.
So some top tips for getting more vegetables, particularly into your diet. Fruit's good, but we'd really encourage you to have more vegetables. Number one, try new things. Get to a greengrocer. If you haven't got a greengrocer, think about delivery, and also, yes, in the supermarket, but just try some different things. Number two, have them with every meal. So if you are having like a breakfast of porridge, bananas, strawberries on there. If you are having a lunch, get some rocket and some salad on there. All those kind of things. If you're snacking, if you're a bit peckish before you have your dinner in the evening, munch on a raw carrot. Yeah, doesn't sound very sexy, but actually, if it's going to stop you picking at crisps or other things, it's a really good thing to do. The third thing, and the third way to get more vegetables into your diet is, I've just totally forgotten what.
Under a bus. I know. Under a bus.
What was the third thing? Can we edit on?
I was about to say vegetarian.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Pick a vegetarian day.
Right, so we can edit the last one. That's fine.
Okay.
The third thing that you can do in order to get more vegetables into your diet is to just try new things, and particularly when it comes to Chris was saying about sort of raw foods. Could you make a coleslaw with beetroot, apple, carrot?
Yeah,
could you make a stir fry with kind of like some lemon juice, some soy sauce, things like that on there. So think about, it's a nice challenge for today, think about new ways with vegetables. And I know that just sounds like, oh, but actually it works. So try some new vegetarian curry recipes. You know, I've recently started making a really nice, if I do say so myself, chickpea and spinach curry. Have like frozen spinach in the freezer. It's really handy. You can just chuck that in at the end of a curry cooking or the end of a soup cooking. Soups, again, they're pretty cooked by the time you get around to your soup, but there's still lots of fibre in them. And if it's going to stop you from snacking on kind of bits of cheese and crisps, have the soup. So yeah, 3 ways of trying to get more vegetables into your diet.